Hey, what's up guys? Groda here with Certified Producer, and today I'm gonna show you 3 tips on 808s that you probably didn't know. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, first up is tuning your 808 in keys. Like most of the cases, especially with the beginners, like beginner producers, they just pick a 808 because they like the quality of the sound, but most of the time it sounds off key because they probably seen the label on the 808s, but they don't know how to retune the key. So most of them will just drag and drop and draw the MIDI on the root note. Uh, Tends to like sway off key. But here's what you can do. Let's take this 808 for example, and you want to go to the settings. Just click on the 808. Of course, an 808 is an instrument, so we have to keep it in tune. So we see the label here, it's in C sharp. So what we're gonna do is just right click C sharp. Now it's in the key of C. Now you can play it. If you go to piano roll over here, you can now play it on when you press a what was the key of the loop? A sharp minor. Okay, so when you press A sharp, it's now an A sharp, because when it was on C sharp, when you press A sharp, that's not A sharp, that's B. So depending on the note label on your 808s, you can just retune it to whatever the label is. Let's take E for example, this 808. So that's in E. If you can see here, the C note is an E. So what you just gonna right click on E, and now it's in C. Now you can play it on like the C standard tuning. Second tip is your 808 lengths. Let's say you found an 808 that you like. Let's take this example. Let's take this. Second tip is your 808 lengths. So let's say you found an 808 that you like, but it's too short. So here's what you can do to make it longer. Let's take this 808 for example. You open up Edison, you drag your 808 to Edison, and look for the part where the 808 starts to fade out. In this case, it's somewhere here, in this area. So what we want to do is zoom in, scroll up on your mouse, and you want to have this magnet tool to snap to zero crossing. So you want to have it snap to zero crossing, and then you want to highlight these two waveforms. Yeah, these two waveforms. You will just want to highlight 2 because that's where it's gonna keep looping. And then you want to set this marker tool right here, set it to loop. So there, now we have a loop. Now we zoom out, we highlight all of the 808, and then we go over here and just drag and drop the 808 to your channel rack. Now we try to, since this 808 is in E, let's tune it to C. Now by the time you press your 808, it loops. Now it's longer. You can you can now do slides, 808 rolls. Speaking of slides, tip number 3, and this is the last tip for the day, is making your 808s interesting. So how do you exactly make your 808s interesting? So let's head over to piano roll. Let's make a simple pattern. So let's see here. Let's make this faster. It's kind of hard to draw 808s, but let's make a simple pattern. And just copy paste that. Okay, now that we have a simple 808 pattern, what can we do from here? So you can add octave slides. Let's try and add an octave slide. So let's make it quicker. Let's do early. You can do double slides. Or you can do an octave below slides. Not an octave below probably, but you can put a low note. That's too fast. Let's make it longer. You can do 808 rolls. Let's see if we can crack some 808 rolls there. And then put a single note here. And we drag this up. Let's something like this. So let's now listen to it. That. What else? We can do panning as well. So let's highlight these slides, span them like left and right and left, I guess. Yeah, right and left. Okay. You can also add like, effects like distortion. Let's try putting distortion on this 808. So let's turn that down a little bit. Let's put some, let's try a saturator. Okay, let's put this on a crunchy amp. Let's add. Can add that. This is kind of like a saturator. Let's try distortion. Let's use a fruity stock distortion. that sounds nice. You know, you can add like filters and other effects on your 808. You know, be creative, like automate, you know, the distortions. You can automate filters. You can basically automate any effect or, you know, volume on like your 808s. You can basically like add any effects to your 808s. You know, like be creative. Like don't follow like what most of the people say, like you can't add this to that 808, you must compress it this way. You know, be creative, like let your creativity, you know, burst out. Also, bonus tip is to keep your 808s on mono. You can find that on your mixer track here. This like this on the left it's stereo and on the right is mono. So keep your 808s in mono. That will isolate your 808 from, you know, it's gonna keep it centered. It's not gonna spread out and sound phasey. And that's it for today's video. Those were 3 tips on 808s and what you can do with them. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it a lot if you click on subscribe. Also, if you haven't joined our Discord, we do like beat reviews there. You can send your beats in and we'll give you feedback for it. I'll leave the link to the Discord in the description. Also, if you go to our website, we have some, you know, good stuff coming up, and we have some stuff that are on sale, so make sure you go to certifiedproducer.com or just head over to the link below. As always, thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.